Hello. Okay. I think I'm in live. Okay. Today, um, uh, today I'm going to discuss about some very important question which have come in previous exams in NEET exams. So if people are joined, then I'll start. Okay. Let's. Okay. Okay. First question. First question. So kingdom Protista in biological classification chapter and the kingdom Protista. So first question. So which of the following organisms are known as chief producer in oceans? So try to answer in this question in comment sections, and I will give you the right answer and explanation also. And this question has come in the NEET exam 2018. In 2018. So let's begin. So which of the following organisms are known as chief producer in ocean? इसका मतलब है समुद्र में कौन सा प्रधान प्रोड्यूसर है? So four option are given. So four option are given. Option A, dinoflagellates, diatoms. Option C, euglenoids, and option D, cyanobacteria. So try to answer this question, and I'll answer. So the question, the correct answer for this question is option B. Option B will be the correct answer. So diatoms is the chief producer in the oceans. The diatom, what is diatom? Diatom is a unicellular photosynthetic algae which have cell wall impregnated with silica. It is a very important features of diatoms and forming the base marine food webs. They contribute 20 to 25 of global primary production and 40% of the ocean productivity via photosynthesis, fixing carbon dioxide into biomass consumed by zooplankton. Their blooms support fisheries and carbon sequestrations. That means they have very important role in the ecosystem of marine ocean. So it is that's why the diatoms are called the chief producer of oceans. So, and the other option is not correct because the dinoflagellates producers but often mixotrophic and some cause harmful algal blooms. So that is not the correct answer. And option C, euglenoids, mainly it is a fresh waters and not oceanic dominant. So it is not so much found in the ocean. It is a euglenoids, mainly fresh waters. And the cyanobacteria, it is a significant open ocean, but diatom excel in nutrient rich coastal of whaling regions. So that is the explanation for these questions. I hope this will help you to understand the so next let's go to the next question. let's if you want, you can take the screenshot for these questions, and I'll go to the so the second questions from the kingdom Protista is the ciliates differ from all other protozoans in option A, using flagella for locomotions, having a contractile vacuole for removing excess water, and having two types of nuclei, and using pseudopodia for capturing prey. So the correct answer for this question is having two types of nuclei, because they have two types of nucleus. So ciliates such example Paramecium caudatum possess a dimorphic nucleus, a large macronucleus which is for the vegetative functions like gene expressions, and a small micronucleus for reproduction via conjugation meiosis. This is a unique among the protozoans. This is a unique features among the protozoans, enabling genetic exchange without syngamy. So ciliates differ from all other protozoans because it have a two types of nucleus. But so the correct answer is here option C. But other options are flagella used by flagellates. Ciliates use cilia for their locomotions. So flagella will not the correct answer. Will be not the correct answer for this question. And contractile vacuoles common in freshwater protozoans like amoeba. So this is not the correct, and this is not the correct answer. And option D, pseudopodia, the characteristics of sarcodians or amoeba. So here the correct answer for this question is here option C. So ciliates differ from all other protozoans in having two types of nuclei, one macronucleus and another is micronucleus. Let's move to the next question. If you have any comments, you can ask me any question in the comment sections. I'll try to give you the third question. Chrysophytes, euglenoids, dinoflagellates and slime molds are included in the kingdom. So this question have come in the NEET exam 2016, and so the question is the chrysophytes, euglenoids and dinoflagellates and slime molds are included in the kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi and option D, Animalia. So the correct answer will be for this question is option B, Protista. So chrysophytes, euglenoids and dinoflagellates and slime molds all belongs to the kingdom Protista. In the Whitaker's 5 kingdom system, Protista encompasses eukaryotics, unicellular as well as unicellular eukaryotes. So mostly unicellular, they diverse in nutrition, like they have different type of nutrition type, like autotrophic, they are maybe autotrophic, some are mixotrophics. So chrysophytes, a golden algae, euglenoids, euglena, it capable of photosynthesis, and dinoflagellates and slime molds, acellular or plasmodial, fit as a simple eukaryotic lacking tissue. So in Whitaker's 5 kingdom systems, the chrysophytes, euglenoids and dinoflagellates and slime molds belongs to the kingdom Protista. So other option like Monera, it's a unicellular prokaryotes, and fungi a heterotrophic and it has a chitin walled cell wall. Chitin, they have a cell wall which have made up of chitin and it is a multicellular. And Animalia, molecular Animalia, like they are multicellular and motile and they are also autotrophic. So chrysophytes, euglenoids and dinoflagellates and slime molds included in the kingdom. So let's move to the next question. In which group of organisms the cell walls form two thin overlapping cells which fit together? So you have to find out the correct answer from these options. Option A, euglenoids, dinoflagellates, and C, slime molds and chrysophytes. So the correct answer for this question will be the chrysophytes. So chrysophytes, especially their diatoms, have cell walls of two silica valves which are theca and which have epitheca and hypotheca that overlap like a petri dish and providing rigidity and protection. This structure aids floating and it is a diagnostic features of chrysophytes. So again I am reading the question, in which group of organism the cell wall form two thin overlapping cells which fit together. So the chrysophytes will be the correct answer for this question. So let's move to the next question. Try to answer this question. I am reading the question. In the five kingdom classification, Chlamydomonas and Chlorella have been included in option A, Protista, option B, algae, option C, Plantae, and option D, Monera. So the correct answer will be for this question is the correct answer will be the Protista. The Chlamydomonas, Chlamydomonas and Chlorella are unicellular eukaryotics. That means they belongs to the subkingdom Protista, as it is a simple and non-vascular form. So Whitaker's five kingdom systems, the Chlamydomonas and Chlorella belongs to the kingdom Protista. And the other option like algae, informal group spanning Protista and Plantae multicellular embryophyte plants, and Monera all the prokaryotics. So the correct answer is Protista. Let's move to the next question. Next question. Which one of the following organism is not an example of eukaryotic cells? So read the question and try to answer the question. I'll give you the right answer in 30 seconds. Which one of the following organism is not an example of eukaryotic cell? So option A, Paramecium, Cordatum, Escherichia coli, and Euglena viridis, and Amoeba proteus. So the scientific names are not italicized here, but I should do that. But here I just put the options here. So what is the correct answer for this? So the correct answer for this question will be the option B. Escherichia coli is a bacteria. That's why it's not example of eukaryotic cells. And all others like Paramecium, Cordatum, Euglena viridis, and Amoeba all are eukaryotics, unicellular eukaryotics, and they belong to the kingdom Protista. And that's why the correct answer for this question, option B, Escherichia coli. So this is the explanation for this question. You can take the screenshot for this question also, and you can, so let's move to the next question. Single included in. So single cell eukaryotes are included in option A, Protista, option B, fungi, option and option D, Monera. So the correct answer for this question will be The correct answer. So the correct answer for this question will be the Protista. So single cell eukaryotes belongs to the kingdom Protista. So Protista in the Whitaker's five kingdom systems. So and Archaea and Monera are prokaryotic, and it belongs to the. It's mainly made up of prokaryotic domains, and the fungi are unicellular yeast and exist and kingdom emphasize filamentous forms, and Archaea prokaryotes and Monera prokaryotes. So let's move to the next question. So which archaea of the following is a slime mold? Which archaea of the following is a slime mold? So Physarum, Thiobacillus, Anabina and Rhizopus. 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer for this question. So the correct answer is Physarum. So slime molds are eukaryotic protist, not archaea. Physarum, a acellular slime molds forms plasmodia for amoeboid movement and fruiting bodies. The others are bacteria, archaea or fungi. So Rhizopus is a fungus, Anabina is a bacteria, photosynthetic bacteria, which is called also cyanobacteria, and Thiobacillus is also a bacteria, sulfur oxidizing bacteria. That is the explanation for this correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. So let's discuss the. So thallus of a slime mold is known as body of slime mold. The thallus of a slime mold is known as body of slime mold. So 4 options are given. Option A, Plasmodium. Option B, fruiting body. Option C, mycelium. And option D, Protonema. So the correct answer for this question will be Plasmodium. The vegetative stage of acellular slime molds is a multi-nucleate sinusoidal mass called Plasmodium, which creeps via the cytoplasmic streaming to engulf food. It differentiates into fruiting bodies for reproduction. The fruiting body reproductive stage, and mycelium is a fungal hyphal network, and Protonema is a moss gametophyte stage. Let's move to the next question for this. Axospores and hormocysts are formed respectively by. So the correct answer for this answer is question is option several diatoms and a few cyanobacteria. So axospores are specialized structure formed by diatoms to restore cell size after repeated divisions, reduce their frustule size. So hormocysts are akinets formed by a few filamentous cyanobacteria for pre-perenation and dispersal under the. So A to C are A-C incorrect pairing. So let's move to the next question. In amoeba, paramecium osmoregulation occurs through. So in paramecium and amoeba, the amoeba and paramecium osmoregulation occurs through option A, pseudopodia, option B, nucleus, option C, contractile vacuole, and option D, general surface. So the correct answer for this question will be contractile vacuole. So the contractile vacuole will be the correct answer for this question. So contractile vacuoles in freshwater protozoans like amoeba and paramecium pump out excess water entering via meiosis due to hypotonic environment, maintaining the turgor and preventing lysis. They feel and contract rhythmically, expelling fluid. So the pseudopodia is associated with the locomotion in amoeba, and nucleus is associated with genetic control, and general surface. General surface is diffusion site, not active regulation. So for this question, the correct answer is the option C. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following organism possesses characteristics of both a plant and animal? So for option A, bacteria, euglena, mycoplasma and paramecium. So definitely answer will be the euglena. So euglena exhibits plant-like traits because they have chlorophyll for photosynthesis, as well as animal-like traits, flagellar locomotion, heterotrophic nutrition in dark via phagocytosis. That's make it a mixotrophic. And all other options like bacteria is a prokaryotic, lack complex organelles. Mycoplasma is a wall-less, cellulose bacterium, neither plant nor animals. And paramecium is a heterotrophic ciliate protozoan. So euglena belongs to the kingdom Protista, and it has dual characteristics like animals and plants. That's why it is called a mixotrophic. So for this question, the correct answer is euglena. Let's move to the next question. The next question is the function of contractile vacuole in protozoa is locomotion, food digestion, osmoregulation and reproduction. So the correct answer for this question, osmoregulation. The correct answer will be the osmoregulation will be the correct answer for this question. So the contractile vacuoles regulate osmotic balance by expelling excess water in hypotonic environment, preventing the cell bursting, a vital adaptation for freshwater protista. And locomotions in protozoa, locomotion occurs via cilia, flagella, pseudopodia, and food digestion in food vacuoles and reproduction via binary fissions and conjugation. So the function of the contractile vacuoles in protozoa is osmoregulation. Very important question. Let's move to the next question. Macro and micro nucleus are the characteristic features of. So the characteristic features macro and micro nucleus are the characteristic features of. The four options are given. You have to choose the correct answer. The first option is paramecium and vorticella, opalina and nyctotheras, and hydra and balantidium, and vorticella and nyctotheras. So the correct answer will be the first option. The paramecium and vorticella have the characteristics like they have macro and micro nucleus. So both are ciliates and dimorphic. They have dimorphic nucleus. One macronucleus and is a micro and macronucleus. So this is a diagnostic features of cilia. Let's move to the next question. So the excretion in amoeba occurs through option A, lobopodia, uroid portion, plasma membrane and contractile vacuoles. So the excretion in amoeba occurs through. The correct answer will be the plasma membrane. Excretion in amoeba occurs through the plasma membrane. So the correct answer for this question is here the plasma membrane. Let's move to the next question. So the next question, what best describes the protistan genome? So membrane A, membrane bound nucleoprotein embedded in cytoplasm. Option B, free nucleic acid aggregates, gene containing nucleoprotein condensed together in loose mass, and nucleoprotein in direct contact with the cell. The correct answer will be the membrane bound nucleoprotein embedded in cytoplasm. The correct description of the protistan genome is that it consists of membrane bound nucleoprotein embedded in the cytoplasm. This reflects the presence of a distinct nucleus in many protists, and where the genetic material is organized and enclosed within a nuclear membrane, distinguishing it from the other options which do not accurately represent the typical nuclear structure in protista. So option A, membrane bound nucleoproteins embedded in the cytoplasm, is the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. How do protists obtain food? So photosynthesizer, symbionts, and holotrophs. Option B, photosynthesizers. Option C, chemosynthesizers and holotrophs. For this question, in protista groups, the photosynthesizers, symbionts, and holotrophs all type of nutritions you can see. So protista exhibits a variety of nutritional strategies. Some are photosynthesizers, they use sunlight for their food production. Other acts like symbionts, living in mutualistic relationship, as well as many are consuming organic matter like their holotrophs. So this is that's why the nutrition type in the protista are very diverse types. So for this question, how do protists obtain food? So the correct option will be the photosynthesizer, symbionts, and holotrophs. So three types of nutrition type is found in the kingdom protista. So let's move to the next question. So now what does protista include? So again this type of question. So heterotrophs, chemotrophs, chemoautotrophs, all of the above. So protista, all of the above. The protista kingdom includes wide variety of organisms with diverse nutritional modes encompassing heterotrophs, chemotrophs, in which they use chemicals and organic compounds, and chemoautotrophs use chemicals for energy. So this is the nutritional diversity in protista kingdom protista. Let's move to the next question. African sleeping sickness is due to option A, Plasmodium vivax transmitted by tsetse fly. Option B, Trypanosoma lucy transmitted by bedbug. Option C, Trypanosoma gambiens transmitted by Glossina palpalis. And option D, Entamoeba gingivalis spread by house fly. So the correct answer for this question will be Trypanosoma gambiens transmitted by Glossina palpalis. So the African sleeping sickness or human African trypanosomiasis, another name. African sleeping sickness has its another name, which is called human African trypanosomiasis, is caused by a parasite which is called Trypanosoma gambiens. It belongs to the kingdom protista, is transmitted to the human via a fly which is called tsetse fly. Its scientific name is Glossina palpalis. Is a common vector. So very important questions. So let's move to the next question. Genetic information in Paramecium is contained in micronucleus, macronucleus, both micro and macronucleus, and mitochondria. So the genetic information in paramecium is contained in always, the genetic material in paramecium is always remain in the micronucleus. In paramecium, the micronucleus contains the germline genetic material used for reproduction, while the macronucleus controls vegetative functions. So micronucleus is associated with genetic material or genetic propagation of its generations after generation, and for actually micronucleus is associated with reproduction, where in other case the macronucleus controls the vegetative function. So let's move to the next question. What is true about trypanosoma? So trypanosoma, it is a polymorphic, monogenetic, facultative parasite or non-pathogenic. So the correct answer is polymorphic. So trypanosoma exhibits polymorphism, meaning it has different morphological form during its life cycle, which is a key characteristic of this genus as it adapts to various hosts and environment. So let's move to the next question for this. Plasmodium malariae, the malarial parasite, belongs to the class. So the Plasmodium belongs to the Sporozoa. So Plasmodium vivax, which is causative agents of malaria, belongs to the class Sporozoa. So the correct. Now let's move to the next question. The causal organism for African sleeping sickness is Trypanosoma gambians. So the Trypanosoma gambians. So the African sleeping sickness is primarily caused by Trypanosoma gambians, the parasitic trypanosoma transmitted by the tsetse fly. It's leading to the infections which is called sleeping sickness. Let's move to the next question. The vector for sleeping sickness. The vector for sleeping sickness is tsetse fly. So the tsetse flies also have its scientific name, which is called Glossina palcalis, which is a vector for Trypanosoma gambians, which causes the sleeping sickness in human. Let's move to the next question. Trypanosoma belongs to the class Cilia zoomastigata. So it belongs to the zoomastigata. Let's move to the next question. A bite of tsetse fly may pass to humans. So the Trypanosoma gambians will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the infective stage of malaria parasite Plasmodium that enters human body. So which is the infective stage which entered the human body? So the sporozoite is the infective stage which entered the human body during its infection by the Anopheles mosquito. So that is the sporozoite is the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. What is the common about Trypanosoma, Noctiluca and Monocystis and Giardia? So 4 options are given. They have all flagella, they produce spores, they are all parasites, they are all unicellular protists. So they are all unicellular protists. So Trypanosoma, Noctiluca and Monocystis and Giardia all are protist, unicellular protists. So the correct answer for this question is option D will be the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. So the question will be from the fungi. So which of the following statement is incorrect? So morels and truffles are edible delicacies. Claviceps is a source of many alkaloids and LSD. And option C, conidia are produced exogenously and ascospores endogenously, and yeast have filamentous bodies with long thread-like hyphae. So the correct answer for this question will be the yeast have filamentous bodies with long thread like hyphae. So, explain the yeast are a typically unicellular fungi and do not have filamentous bodies with long thread-like hyphae, which are characteristic of molds. So, option A, which is correct, because morels and trophils are edible delicacy. Okay, and claviceps purpurea produce a alkaloid which is called ergotamine, which is synthesized into LSD, and conidia are formed externally on conidiospores, while ascospores are produced internally within ascospore. So let's move to the next question is, one of the major components of the cell wall of most fungi is option A chitin, option B peptidoglycan, and option C cellulose, and option D hemicellulose. So the option A will be the chitin is the mainly the cell wall of fungi are mainly composed of chitin. It is a tough polysaccharide that provides structural support to the cell wall of the fungi. And peptidoglycan is the major component of the bacterial cell walls, and cellulose is the major component of plant cell walls, and hemicellulose is also found in the plant, not as a primary fungal cells component. So that is the correct answer. So let's move to the next question. Which one of the following statement is wrong? So which of the following statement is wrong? Cyanobacteria are also called blue-green algae. Of course, this is correct. Golden algae are also called desmids. Option C, eubacteria are also called false bacteria, and phycomycetes are also called algal fungi. So the wrong answer is here, eubacteria are also called false. No, eubacteria are the true bacteria. So the option C will be the correct answer for this question, and other option like cyanobacteria are called blue-green algae due to their photosynthetic pigments. Golden algae, also called desmids, a group of chrysophytes known for their golden brown colors, and phycomycetes are also called algal fungi due to their simple structure and aquatic habitat, like similarity to algae. So let's move to the next question. So which one of the following matches is correct? So you just match the Alternaria, sexual reproduction absent, and it is a Deuteromycetes. So the option A will be the correct answer. So mucor belongs to the zygomycota and reproduced by its conjugation, so that it is not a ascomycetes, and agaricus is a saprophytic basidiomycetes, not a parasitic, and Phytophthora has a accepted mycelia, belongs to the mycocetes, not basidiomycetes. So this is the correct answer for this. So let's move to the next question. True nucleus is absent in. So true nucleus is absent in will be the correct answer D, Anabina. Anabina is a prokaryote, cyanobacteria, and it is a prokaryote. It don't have any kind of nucleus, but instead they have nucleoid. So the mucor is a fungus with a true nucleus. Vauceria is a xanthophyte alga, and it also have a true nucleus. And Volvox is also a green alga, and it also have a true nucleus. So the correct answer for this answer is option D, Anabina. Let's move to the next question. The imperfect fungi, which are composers of litters and help in mineral cycling, belongs to. So Basidiomycetes, option B Phycomycetes, and option C Ascomycetes, and deuteromycetes. So the correct answer for this question will be deuteromycetes will be the correct answer. Deuteromycetes or imperfect fungi include many decomposers that break down litters and aid in mineral cycling due to their lack of known sexual reproduction. Sexual reproductive stage. So the basidiomycetes is also known as a mushroom forming fungi and decomposition and are not classified as imperfect. Phycomycetes are lower fungi with sexual reproduction, and ascomycetes include sac fungi with defined sexual stages. Let's move to the next question. So choose the wrong statement. So neurospora. Option A, neurospora is used in the study of biochemical genetics. Morel and truffles are poisonous mussels. Yeast is unicellular and useful in fermentation, and penicillium is multicellular and produces antibiotics. So the correct answer for this question will be the morels and truffles are poisonous mushroom. No, morels and truffles are edible delicacies, not poisonous mushrooms. That's why the incorrect option for here is the option B. But neurospora is widely used as a model organism in laboratory, like chemical genetics, and yeast is a unicellular and essential for fermentations, and penicillium is also multicellular and produce antibiotics such as penicillin. So that's why here the wrong statement is option B. Morels and truffles are poisonous mushroom. No, they are not poisonous. They are edible. They are edible delicacies. So let's move to the next question. So next question is, which one of the following fungi contains hallucinogens? So the correct answer for this question will be, if you want, you can answer in the comment sections. Then I'll tell you the answer. So I'm going to tell you the correct answer for this question is the option B. Amanita muscaria is the fungi which belongs to the basidiomycetes. It's a mushroom. If you eat this mushroom, you get hallucinations because it have muscimol and ibotenic acids that cause psychoactive effects in your. And other fungi like Morcella esculenta is edible mushroom, and Neurospora is a non-pathogenic fungi which is used in the genetic research, and Astillago is a basidiomycetes fungus. So it causes plant diseases. So the correct answer for this option, I think you got. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following is true for fungi? So which of the following is true for fungi? Option A, they are phagotrophs. They lack a rigid cell wall. They are heterotrophs and they lack a nuclear membrane. So the correct answer for this question is they are heterotrophs. So the correct answer true for the fungi, they are heterotrophs. So fungi are heterotrophs, maintaining nutrient by absorbing organic compounds from environments through external digestions. And incorrect option is option A. Fungi are osmotrophs and absorptive heterotrophs, not phagotrophs. Also, fungi have rigid cell walls made up of chitin and glucans for structural support. And option D, the fungi have a nuclear membrane as their eukaryotes. So the correct answer for this question is here each option C is the correct answer for this question. So let's move to the next question here. So membrane bound organelles are absent in. So membrane-bound organelles are absent. So membrane-bound organelles are absent in Saccharomyces, Saccharomyces, Streptococcus, Chlamydomonas, and Plasmodium. So except Streptococcus, all are like Saccharomyces, Chlamydomonas, and Plasmodium, all are eukaryotes. So the correct answer is here. Option B will be the correct answer for this question. So Streptococcus is a prokaryotic bacteria lacking membrane-bound organelles like mitochondria or nucleus. So incorrect option are Saccharomyces is a yeast eukaryotic fungus with membrane-bound organelles. Chlamydomonas is a eukaryotic green algae with chloroplast and other organelles, and Plasmodium is a eukaryotic protista with organelles in its complex life cycles. So next question is here. Which one causes loose smart of wheat? So the loose smart of wheat is caused by Astilagonada. So, and the other like black rust is caused by Paxinia graminis, and root knot is caused by nematode. And early blight of potato is caused by Alternaria solani. So you get the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the which pair of the following belongs to the Basidiomycetes? So puffballs and claviceps, Peziza and stinghorns, Morcella and mushrooms, and bird's nest fungi and puffballs. So the correct answer for this question is bird nest fungi and puffballs. So bird nest puffs and puffballs are both Basidiomycetes producing basidiophores in fruiting bodies, and claviceps are Ascomycetes. Peziza is Ascomycetes, and Morcella is also a Ascomycetes. So you got the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next. Ergot of rye is caused by a species of Uniancinulla, Astilago, claviceps, and Phytophthora. So the correct answer is claviceps. Ergot of rye is caused by claviceps purpurea. So it belongs to the Ascomycetes fungus producing toxins which causes rye. Sclerotia on rye. So let's move to the next question. Which of the following environmental conditions are essential for optimum growth of mucor on a piece of bread? So the correct answer will be the option A. So option A, because mucor mainly grows in the temperature range between 20 to 25 degrees centigrade and is in a highly humidity like 95%, and it's in a dark condition. So and where the light is inhibited, so light do not enter in. So the correct answer for this question is option A. So let's move to the next question. Viruses that infect bacteria, multiply, and cause their lysis are called. Option C, lytic. So lytic viruses such as bacteriophage infect bacteria, replicate using host machinery, and lyse the cell to release progeny. So let's move to the next question. Mycorrhiza represents. So the mycorrhiza is a mutual symbiosis. So mycorrhiza is a mutualistic symbiotic relationship between fungi and plant roots, where the fungus enhances nutrient uptake for plants and other plants provide carbohydrate to the fungus. So antagonism is involved in harmful interaction. Endemism refers to the geographic distribution. So endemism refers to the geographic distribution, as well as the parasitism involves one organism benefiting and another is harmed. So here the correct answer for this question is, let's move to the next question here. Which of the following which of the following secretes toxin during storage condition of the crop plants? So 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer. Aspergillus will be the correct answer for this question. Aspergillus species such as Aspergillus flavus secrete aflatoxin during crop storage, which cause toxics to humans and animals. Let's move to the next question. So let's move to the next one. Which fungal disease spreads by seeds and flowers? So the correct answer will be the loose smut of wheat. Let's move to the next question. Plant decomposers are fungi and so the correct answer is Monera and fungi. Mainly bacteria and fungi are involved in decomposition of the plants or animals. So that's why the correct answer will be the Monera and fungi. Let's move to the next question. Adhesive pads of fungi penetrate the host with the help of. So for this question, the correct answer will be the option A. So the adhesive pad of the fungi penetrates the host with help of mechanical pressure and enzymes. So let's move to the next question. A good green manure in rice fields are. Azula is the correct answer for this question. So Azula will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. In fungi, stored food material is. So in fungi, the stored food material is glycogen. So let's move to the next question. Black rust of wheat is caused by. So the black rust of caused by the Puccinia graminis. So the Puccinia will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the Puccinia forms. The correct answer will be the option A, Uridia and Acea on the correct answer. So today, so let's mycorrhiza is a symbiotic association of plants and roots and certain fungi. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following is not correctly matched? So here the correctly matched is smut and barley. So let's move to the next question. The chemical compounds produced by the host plants to protect themselves against fungal infection is. Phytolaxin will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. White rust disease is caused by. So white blast caused by albugo candida. So let's move to the next. In fungi, stored food material is. Again the same question. Glycogen will be the correct answer for this question. Astilago causes plant disease called smut because the C will be that they develop sooty masses of spores. So let's move to the Clypesis purpurea causes organism of ergot of rye will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. Absorptive heterotrophic nutrition is exhibited by. So fungi will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. After karyogamy followed by meiosis, spores are produced exogenously in agaricus will be the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following is wrong for the functions? The correct answer will be the all fungi possess purely serologic cell walls. It is not the correct answer, correct statement about the fungi. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following statement is wrong? So the wrong answer will be for this question is bacteria are also called false bacteria. Let's move to the next question. One of the major component of the cell wall of the most fungi. So chitin will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the imperfect fungi which are decomposer of litter and help in mineral cycling belongs to the deuterostomes will be the correct answer for this. Let's move to the which one of the following is true for fungi? So they are heterotrophic. So let's move to the next question. The imperfect fungi which are decomposer of litter and help in mineral cycling belongs to the Deuteromycetes will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next one. Columella is a specialized structure found in sporangium of. So rhizopus will be the correct answer for this question. So next live video, I'll discuss about many more important MCQs on viruses, virions, and prions and lichens also. So today is the last today Here I'm ending these live sessions for today, and see you in the next live tomorrow and the same time, I think. Okay, good night everyone for this